let's see, what day do we have here? It is Wednesday, the 21st, and this is a Costco clog. Oh gosh, there goes some of the flowers I bought at Costco. And the wine. I can hear everything shifting around. I just left Costco, and I was gonna do my WIP and chat when I got home, and then things just keep happening today, and I was like, you know what, let me at least record a little bit on my way home from Costco, and at least we can chat a little bit, and I can, you know, just talk to you guys and just see how everybody's doing. Hope you guys are having a good week. Like I said, it's Wednesday here. We'll see if I post this up Wednesday afternoon or Thursday. So either way, it'll be soon. And gosh, you guys, so much has gone on. Of course, there's always something. The weekend was pretty uneventful. Not a whole lot went on, not that I can remember, because all I can remember is the things that have gone on since Monday. Monday, the last 3 days, last 2.5 days have been insane. Monday, so I'll back up. Friday, my middle son, Nate, came home from school, and he took his mask off, and he had a red rash on his face. And I thought, buddy, I'm like, your face is red. And it just looked like he was maybe irritated from wearing his mask at school. So we just kind of, you know, didn't think anything of it. Well, he wakes up Saturday and he still has it, and it looks like it's gotten a little worse. And I'm like, okay, this is not good. Oh gosh, there goes the flowers. Yeah, Costco had a really, really good deal on some flowers, and I've got a couple pots by the front door that I need to put something in. So I got some hydrangeas, and that's what just fell over. So hopefully they'll be fine. And so it just progressively is getting worse. And then Monday morning, I wake him up to go to school, and it almost looks like it's a burn. It's almost like an abrasion, like it's been scratched. And I'm like, buddy, I'm like, did you scratch it? Does it itch? He's like, it itches a little bit, but I haven't scratched it. And I said, okay, well, you know, we need to have this looked at. So he didn't go to school Monday. We called the pediatrician, headed over there a couple hours later, and he's got what she called contact dermatitis, and she thinks it's from his mask or something else. But I haven't changed laundry detergents. He wears a new mask, a cloth mask, every day, because I always wash them and put a new one in the little basket. And so, in our masket is what we call it, our mask basket. So I don't know what caused it. We thought maybe it's a food allergy, but she said no, food allergies are typically like around your mouth and not like on your cheeks. So anyways, she said I'm gonna call in some ointment. I'm like, okay. So we wait all day, and I'm like, why haven't I gotten a call from the pharmacy? So I call them, and they're like, oh, well, we don't have that available, and the manufacturer's out of it until June. I'm like, okay. He needs something on his face. It's getting worse, and it looked really bad, and it was like starting to spread. I mean, it's went from here all the way up into his ear. So she's like, call the doctor's office back, have them call in something else. So I did that, and they also called. So we were both calling the doctor's office. They called in a new prescription, and by that time they were closed Monday night. So the poor guy wakes up Tuesday morning, and the rash is still there. Nothing's been put on it, and like I said, it's progressively getting worse. So he didn't go to school Tuesday. So here he's missed 2 days of school, and then finally they call in a different medication for his face, and we pick that up Tuesday, and he puts it on. It's looking a little better, but this morning he was in tears about having to go to school and having to wear a mask all day. And I'm like, buddy, you can't miss 3 days of school. That's just too much. And I know this sucks. I know wearing a mask, but you have to wear a mask at school. I'm sorry. We tried Band-Aids, all kinds of different things, just different masks that we have. You name it, we tried it. And he said everything hurts. And I just felt so bad this morning, because he's crying on the way to school as I'm driving him, and he's begging me to not take him. And then when we pull up to school, I'm like, buddy, you don't want to go to school like this, crying, He's like, give me a minute, and he's wiping his eyes and trying to pull himself together. But he's like begging me as he's getting out of the car. And I said, go to the nurse if you need to. But y'all, it feels like if it's not one of them, it's another one. And it's just always something. So that's that with his face. So I hopefully he is okay today and is not in a whole lot of pain. But you just feel awful dropping your kids off at school when they're begging you and saying they're going to be in pain, and you're doing it anyways. But he can't miss any more school. So that's my middle one. My oldest one, who just turned 16 not too long ago, 16 and up here in Texas, they started opening up the vaccine to them. So I put him on the waiting list the day after he turned 16. And we got an email a couple of days ago saying that he's on the list now and that we have an appointment on Friday. So I've got to go up to the Texas Motor Speedway, which is where I had mine done. I'm about an hour away, which sucks to drive that far, but hey, that's what you got to do. And so he's going to get his first vaccine on Friday. So that's exciting. The kids are now getting, vaccinated. And so hopefully he doesn't have any, reactions, and hopefully it's not too bad for him. The first one for me wasn't bad, so I hope he just, kind of, breezes through it. And they're kids. Kids are pretty resilient. I think it's the old folks like us that, struggle more and get tired and feel all the things. And then, y'all, this week has been full of bunny. Yes, I said it, a little bunny. His name is Peter, and let me tell y'all what happened. So it all started Monday after school. My daughter and her friend were in the hot tub. We heated up the hot tub for them, or the pool, but they were in the backyard, and they heard something kind of rustling around in the bushes right next to the pool. And so my daughter's friend looks over and says, I think it's a rat or a mouse or something, but I see fur. And so they come and grab my husband, and he goes out there, and he's got a shovel, and he's kind of digging through the dirt. And y'all, we found a baby bunny, and he is about this small. No joke. He fits in the palm of your hand. So tiny. Eyes are still closed. He hasn't opened up his eyes yet. He's probably just a few days old. And we thought, oh my gosh, we've got 2 dogs, so we can't, we're trying to keep the dogs in the house. And the girls are, so my husband gets a Tupperware, and we put a towel in it, and we put him in there, and we're just kind of sitting in the backyard with him, looking at him going, oh my gosh, what do we do? He's moving a little bit, so he's okay, but just tiny. So then we're trying to figure out what to do, and we just got him outside on the table, and we've got the dogs in the house. And then my daughter and her friend start screaming, and over just a little bit further in the bushes, they found 2 other little baby bunnies that were dead. So I thought, this poor little guy, who knows? I don't know what happened. We ended up finding another one later on that night. So it was a total of 4 babies. 1 survived, and we just feel like this little guy, needs us. And so my husband hops on his computer and is looking up, what do you do with a bunny, a wild bunny? And he, it says to put them back outside, and that the mother will come at night to take care of them. So we thought, they said build a nest. So the girls got grass and, twigs, and my husband put him back, where he had been found, and they made kind of covered him up a little bit, and we put some protective, pieces of furniture on both sides where the bunny could, obviously get under, but, just to kind of protect the dogs and other animals. Y'all, this bunny, oh my gosh. This is Monday. So Monday night, you know what? I'm actually almost home. I'm gonna pause because the story gets even better, and it's good. So hold on. Hey y'all, I'm back. I know you just watched the Costco clog that I filmed. I'm back at home, and let's get back into it, and I'll update you on all things bunny that's kind of been, taking our attention this week. But first, before we get into the WIP and chat, which by the way, WIP and chat means work in progress. Grab whatever you're working on, and please work with me, or, if you're driving in the car, however I can, just however we can chat, that's, the best way to do it. So, I am working on Fuji Flora by Diamond. It is from Diamond Art Club. It's by Dominic Davison, and it's a big one. So it's going to take me a while. I hope y'all aren't getting tired of seeing it, but it's been a great painting, and it's a little confetti heavy. And for those of you that are new, confetti means you have to keep changing out, there's a lot of different colors sprinkled, and you have to keep changing out your colors. Color blocking is when there's a lot of the same color, all together, and it's a little bit faster that way. You don't have to keep switching out your colors. So Fuji Flora, and then I've got my Bella Art de Nicole, the lime green tray. And there's a lot of green drills, so a lot of green with the green. It's been really, really pretty. There's just one color that's like a lime green color that you can kind of see right here. That gets a little tricky, but it's not bad. Let's see, my pen is from Diamond Pen Pal, And this is the lava pin that flows, and y'all, it's so cool. I'll be, you know, I'll shake it first. I'll be multi-placing and single placing, and I'll move up like this, and you just see it all flow. You just see the glitter move. It's so fun, and it kind of catches, you know, catches my attention in the corner of my eye. So it's been a really fun pen to have. So I'm still working with this one. In my single placer, I have micro glue dots, and then in my multi-placer, I've got good old pink wax. It works, and I haven't changed this out, and I don't know how long. I can't even tell you when I changed it out last. It's really lasted a really long time. And I have a 7 placer. That's my favorite placer to use. Of course, I got tweezers in case you need those. And then I have my little trash tray. And I know I told y'all my last WIP and chat, the trash drills got dumped over onto the carpet, the ones I had collected. So this is a new little batch. So I'll hold on to these and cover the, you know, I don't know if that's a lot or not. It's really hard to say. I mean, it could go either way. But we'll cover that, you know, during the post review. And this came from, it's actually a cover minder. It's got a magnet on the bottom. And this came from Drill Pen Frenzy on Etsy. And it's got a little lid, little screw top lid with a little diamond sticker on it in case you want a lid. But I keep the lid off because I don't, you know, it's easier just to put your trash in there without a lid. I do use, I take off the clear sheet, and I don't use washi tape to section it off. I use release papers. Unfortunately, these diamond ones are no longer available. She's not making them anymore. So, but I believe, unless I'm mistaken, that if you become one of her Patreons, then you can order some if you're a Patreon. So this is Bev B Diamond Paints, and I will put her in the description. And of course, I'll link all these things in the description. Storage containers, Elizabeth Ward. You can see those, all the pretty colors. I've got 2 of them going, a lot of colors. So that's that. And I think that's it. And I'm just sitting in my bedroom because I've got a table in here next to my bed that I kind of can spread out and do this, you know, rather large painting. All right, so where we had left off, let me see, what color am I doing? Tea. Where we had left off in the car was Monday. You know, we found Peter Rabbit. My daughter and her friend found him. And, you know, we had him in a little Tupperware bucket. Husband's reading online what to do with a bunny. And it says, you know, just to place them back where you found them. And the mother will come at night, which I already said. So, made a nest, got the grass, got them all fixed up, and put them back in there. So, the girls keep checking on him, and you can see he's breathing, and he's doing okay. He's doing fine. We've got the dogs, you know, put away. We don't let them outside. And if we do, we, you know, stand out there with them. Make sure Peter is safe. And then, as it becomes nighttime, my daughter goes out there and she, you know, gets a flashlight and she's checking on him. He's okay. He's still there. He's kind of snuggled up in a little ball. And so that night, she says goodnight to him. And then, I'm sorry, you guys. This is hard. And I'm sorry if this makes anybody upset or bothers anybody. If so, you're welcome to leave. I don't want to make anybody upset. It's all good. It's just, you know, it's crazy how you can become attached to an animal so, you know, quickly. So, I'm sorry. I might have to try to refilm this later when it's not so emotional. Yeah, diamond painting with tears. This is our first one. So Monday, I'm sorry, that was Monday night. She says goodnight to him. And then Tuesday morning, she goes out there and he's not moving. And so I said to her, I'm like, I think he's gone. And this is before school, and she got really emotional and she started crying. And I said, you know, that's just nature. And she's like, why didn't the mom come back last night? I said, I don't know. You know, maybe something happened to the mother too. So she was very emotional. All the tears, you know, she finally, you know, calmed down. And then, you know, I took her to school. And then if she, of course, you know, I had texted the mother, because I do carpool in the morning, and I knew I was going to see the little girl in the morning, and she was going to ask, you know, how he was, her friend. And so I had sent the mother a text, and I told her that, you know, what had happened to him. And I was like, will you please tell her? Because I don't feel like it's my place to tell her on the way to school. I don't want to upset her. So her mom told her, and, you know, the little girl was upset when I picked her up, but we got through it. So I get back home after dropping everybody off, and my husband's awake. And I told him what happened. I said, yeah, he's not moving. I'm like, can you go out there and, go take a look and, take care of it? And he goes out there, and he goes out there with a shovel, and he moves. Yeah, he went to scoop him up, and he moved. So he was okay. And I just thought, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? He's alive. And so, we, he was really cold. So we got a heating pad. And, we put him in there. And y'all, I don't know if I can do this. We put him in a heating pad and covered him up and warmed him up. And then I went to PetSmart and I got some kitten milk and like a nursing kit so you can feed him, because we read that that's what you can do for baby bunnies. So we did that, and he was starting to look so much better, and and I was like, oh, I can't wait to tell my daughter when she gets home from school. So I also had text the mother of the friend, that had found her, and I'm like, he's okay. I think he's, I think he's gonna pull through. And so that mother was so excited that she sent a message to the little girl's teacher. And I wasn't going to tell my daughter till she got home from school. I didn't want to email the teacher that information, and I didn't want to bother my daughter during school. So, but the other mother had, and so, and her daughter, the teacher told the daughter, and she was so excited. And so she told my daughter at lunch. So when she came running home from school, she walked home from school and she was running. And she runs to the door, and I'm like, guess what? She's like, I know, I heard. So she, runs over and is just so excited. And all the neighborhood kids are coming over and looking at him. And, we're trying to feed him, and they're all touching him and petting him. And, I'm just thinking, gosh, I hope he doesn't have any rabies or any diseases or, I don't know what we were doing. We didn't know what we were doing. Never had a bunny. I don't know anything about them. So, so that was yesterday. And he started to look so much better, but we noticed that one of his back legs, he wasn't using it. And he would try to move, and he would just kind of, let that one just kind of tuck it in, and he wasn't using it. And so we were kind of concerned about that, and we thought, gosh, his eyes still aren't open, but he was drinking a tiny bit of milk, and I would feed him. And then he slept all night. We kept him in our bedroom in a little, the little Tupperware with a blanket on him. And then my daughter was so excited. She said goodnight to him. And then, but we told her, we said, we're not going to be keeping him as a pet because he's a wild animal. And everything we'd read online says that, it takes about 3 weeks for them to get big enough, like tennis ball size, for them to be able to, live on their own and be okay. And the plan was to release him. And so that was the plan. But boy, we could tell she was getting attached. And I thought, oh boy, this is going to be rough. If we keep him for 3 weeks and, again, this whole thing just kind of, he found us, so we didn't know what to do. And so let me pick a different color. I'm going to do the 9s because sometimes the greens are hard to see. And so, last night he was doing really good, and we fed him before he went to bed. And then this morning she woke up before I even woke her up to go to school, and she wanted to hold him, and she was petting him. But my husband says to me, he hasn't used the bathroom, and everything we'd read online says that the mother normally, and if y'all don't know anything about bunnies, I'm sorry if I'm, again, we didn't know what we were doing. So we were just doing our best. But it says, the mother normally stimulates, that area for them to go to the bathroom. So he said if you get like a cotton ball and you get some warm water on it, that, it you kind of rub their belly a little bit and kind of push it down, and it'll help them go to the bathroom. So I did that a few times yesterday, and my husband did it this morning, but he still hadn't gone to the bathroom. So we were a little worried, that he wasn't doing okay. And so my husband's like, we really should call animal control and, you know, just see if they recommend anything else that we should be doing, or, you know, just to find out what the next step should be. And who knows, you know, let's just call them and get some advice. So when I got in the car from, I was going to stop at the store and get some goat milk, because my husband had read that if you mix goat milk and that little kitten milk together, that's good for the bunnies. So I was going to stop and get the goat milk, but I remember him saying you should call animal control. So when I got in the car, before I did the clog with y'all, before I left from Costco, I called animal control, and they said they would send a dispatch person out to us, and he had a couple more stops. So I called my husband and I said, in case I'm not home, they're going to stop by and look at the bunny. So, you know, and then I made the video for y'all, and I thought, gosh, you know, we'll just kind of see what happens. And then he calls me, the gentleman, and he's just asking a bunch of questions. And he said, is there a reason why you can't put it back where he was? And you know, and I said, well, we've got 2 dogs, and I don't think that's a good idea. He goes, yeah, I agree. You know, that's not good. He said, how tiny is it? And I told him, I said, it fits in the palm of your hand. And his eyes are still closed. He goes, gosh, he's really tiny then. I said, yeah. You know what? I'm going to stop by. He said, there's a bunny rehab facility here, and we can take him there. And then I told him about his leg, and so they came by and picked him up and took him. So when my daughter, sorry, when my daughter comes home from school, he's not going to be here, and we're going to have to tell her, and, you know, he had to go somewhere else because he needed help, more help than what we could give him. So she's going to be really upset, and I'm not looking forward to having to, you know, break that news to her. So that's why I'm upset for 2 reasons. One, you know, we got kind of attached to him, and then, you know, also being able to tell my daughter, and, you know, you hate to see them, you know, sad. So I'm so sorry, y'all. If this is too much, I may just have to refilm it tomorrow, and maybe it'll be better. Because I don't think I can do this right now. Oh, I'm gonna pause for a second and just gather myself and get a tissue and wipe my nose and my face, and see if I can continue on. I don't want this, you know, to be all so sad. So I'll hopefully I'll be able to be back. Hey y'all, I'm back. It's been a couple hours and I have composed myself. I did some dishes, loaded the dishwasher, had some lunch. My parents are out of town for the week, so I'm taking care of their cat, and they only live about half a mile from us. So I cruised over there, got some cat lovin's. I just tried to take my mind off of things, and, you know, and I did a lot of thinking in the car, and, you know, it's just part of it's like, you know, a death. It's like part of the grieving process, and I just hope that wasn't, you know, too real or too raw for some of you. I do apologize. But at the same time, I don't want to apologize for being myself and being, not being fake. It's one thing that means a lot to me when I started to do this channel is I want to make sure that I'm authentic, because y'all have seen, I don't edit a lot of my videos. I leave the bloopers in. It's funny, it's real, you know, it's who I am. And the good, the bad, the ugly, I don't want to have to edit out or refilm, you know, something that's real. And that's what's been going on. I share, you know, everything else with you guys, what kind of happens throughout the week. And, you know, I've become friends with a lot of you, and I really appreciate your support and your love. And just, you know, again, I've never had one mean comment from anyone this whole time. So it just says a lot. This is a true community, and I really do appreciate y'all listening. I do feel better. I think I just needed to get that out, especially before she got home. She will be home in about an hour. And you know what? I'm going to let her cry, and that's okay. I got to, you know, I think, you know, kind of just thinking back on it, I'm like, did we make the right decision here? You know, upsetting her like this and, you know, letting her get close to it. And I thought, you know, it's showing her and teaching her compassion and empathy. And we tried, you know, we tried to help an animal, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I just have to really, really try to look at it that way. We did the best that we could. And sometimes, you know, the right decisions are the hardest decisions to make. And having him, you know, go to a rehab place was the best thing for him, because we are not experts and we can't give him the care that he needed. So, you know, that's all we can do. So enough of that. Let's try to talk about, like I said, I hate to switch gears on y'all like that, because for me it's been a couple of hours, so I hope I'm not just flip-flopping too soon on you. I know it's only been you know, probably when I edit this, it's only going to be a few, you know, like 2 seconds, but I'm good. So now I wanted to talk about some other stuff. Let's just catch up on this painting. We can talk about some diamond painting stuff. We all love diamond painting, so that's one thing we all have in common. That's why we're here. And I just wanted to show y'all my progress on Fuji Flora. So I kind of took everything else off except for these two things that I would need while we were talking. But let me go ahead and show you guys. I'm just going to turn it on its side. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna have to stand up. Okay. So, can y'all see? Hope you can see. I know I can't get the whole thing in frame because I kind of had it zoomed in so you could see my hands. Okay, so here is, you know, the bottom left-hand side. And so I've got, you know, all of this done. And then what I'm doing now is I'm slowly working on this third row up here that I had, because this was one row all released, and this was the second row, and this is the third row. So I'm really making some progress now. I've got a big chunk of it going now. I mean, look at all this. It looks so good. And you can tell it, you know, just stops like right up here. I need to, what I'm going to do is, once I'm finished with this, the rest of these release papers, I'm going to take them and take off the clear sheet and put new release papers down. That's been the only tricky part about doing this section up here, because I have to kind of look and see where the clear, you know, starts and where it ends. And of course I've been diamond painting on it a few times. So, but yeah, I'm getting there. It's so pretty. Look at the bridge. Yeah, and all the ABs. And of course I still have, you know, you can see both sides of it. Right here. Wait, can you all see it? Yeah. Right here and right here. It's almost like a pergola right here. But beautiful, beautiful colors. But like I said, just a lot of confetti. That's the only thing. I was so excited. I did this section last night, and I was so excited because I went to peel off the release paper, and I was like, oh, look, color blocking. I was so excited. There was like just 2 colors, and I was able just to focus on some you know, rows and do a lot of multi-placing. So that was really satisfying. So I enjoyed that piece right there. But yeah, it's coming together. And I don't know if y'all saw some of my last couple of videos, but let's see, let's go back to where we were. I finished my other little snack that I was working on in conjunction with this. I was doing the hipster Boston Terrier, and I just did a post review on that over the weekend and posted that up. And okay, I think it was right this section right here. Yeah. So I did the post review, and it's so cute. So I'm ready to kit up another snack size, because right now all I have is this one. And again, I'm doing this in my bedroom, and sometimes, you know, I can't get here, and my husband might be sleeping, or, you know, who knows what. So I just, it's nice to have, you know, a painting somewhere else. So I've got kind of options throughout the house. I know it sounds crazy, but I am kind of taking over the house. Maybe one day when the kids are all grown and moved out, I can have like a little craft room. I mean, I think we all want a craft room. I know some of you have one, but those of you that don't, like I don't have one, I would love, 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 love to have a dedicated craft room to, you know, be able to put all my diamond paintings on the wall. I mean, that would be the first thing I would do, is just, you know, cover the walls with all the ones that I haven't been able to frame and just have them all in one place. What else? So like I said, my folks are out of town for a week. So their cat is so sweet. And you know, we don't have a cat, so I get to go over there and get the cat Levins. And she's kind of a timid cat. And whenever I normally go over there, she doesn't even give me the time of day. She kind of ignores me and is kind of skittish and scared of me. But I'll tell you what, when my parents are out of town and I go visit her and I'm the only attention that she's getting, I'm loving it. I am just loving it. I get to get all the kitty Levins, the rubs. I mean, I just sat over there for about 30 minutes and her and I were just, you know, I was just petting her and she was purring. It was the best. So nothing like getting some kitty Levins. Such a sweet, sweet cat. Her name is Crunch. Well, Crunchy is what, her real name is Crunchy. Funny story about Crunchy is my boys were really little. I think they were like, maybe like 5 and 6, thereabouts. Maybe a little bit older, but I think they were about maybe 6 and 7. They actually picked out, there was a neighborhood cat that used to come around that had some kittens where my parents used to live. And someone took the cat in and then, you know, kind of was keeping all the kittens and then was giving them away to anyone that was interested. So my parents were going to take 2. And so they took my boys over there and they let the boys pick out 2. And then they got to name them. So the cats are really special to my boys. Unfortunately, one of them passed away and that was hard. There was Crunchy and Munchie. And poor little Munchie got sick and died. So, boy, y'all, this is just a happy whip and chat. Oh my gosh. I gotta stop talking about this stuff. Anyways, Crunchy's super sweet. And I enjoy, you know, going over there and feeding her. Except, oh, the cat food smells disgusting. Golly. And then let's not even get into the litter box. I mean, that's a whole nother topic. But I think that's why we don't have cats. Because they're wet cat food, stinky, the litter box is gross, the whole thing can be a little, you know, plus cats are kind of, they can be a little, I know they're all different, but, you know, we stereotype cats as being, you know, kind of standoffish and only want attention when they want it. But it's funny because, like I said, she only gives me attention when they're not there. So she is kind of picking and choosing when she wants me. But that's how cats are. They're like that. So... But yeah, so I'm taking care, and you know, whenever we are out of town, my mom and dad always take care of our house. So it's so nice that we, you know, live so close so that we can kind of just cover each other, you know, for any of those type of house stuff. They do take their dog to board because that would be a lot. They've got a big golden retriever. And so all I have to do is just take care of the cat. And so they take Lily somewhere else. That's their dog, Lily. And she's really sweet. So... yeah, so I know I'd mentioned earlier during the clog that the weekend was pretty uneventful. That's because I think I was just so focused on the other stuff that's just happened recently, but the weekend was actually really nice. My daughter was gone Friday and Saturday night. She was at my mother-in-law's and they were having a grand old time together, just, you know, hanging out and going shopping, and went to Walmart and my daughter got a new outfit. So originally she was only going to spend the night Friday night. And then Saturday rolls around and I was like, so what time, you know, should I pick her up? And she said, well, she'd like to spend the night again. Is that okay with you? And she goes, I know she doesn't have any more clothes, but I can take her to Walmart and I know she wouldn't mind to go shopping. Man, they spoil her. Took her to Walmart. She got new clothes. I mean, her suitcase came home and she had all these things, all these new things I had never seen. So, but you know, that's what grandparents do. They spoil their grandbabies. And that's fun. So I know that, you know, I'm just so glad they get to spend, they're like 2 peas in a pod. My mother-in-law and her and her nanny, they're very close. Having Lauren around because she can just, you know, they get to do all the girly stuff. So, and then my mother-in-law had mentioned that, you know, she knows that this isn't going to last forever. And that, you know, Lauren's not going to want to go see her nanny, you know, when she gets older. you know, she's going to be busy and more social, you know, when they grow up. They just don't want to spend as much time with their grandparents normally. So I get it. And I'm just so thankful that, you know, so she was over there all weekend. So my husband and I had a chance to have like a date day / night, if you will, on Saturday. I got a gift card for Christmas to Pottery Barn. And if you're not familiar with Pottery Barn, it's expensive. They have, you know, really nice furniture and accessories, but it's pretty pricey. So they, you know, I was kind of waiting to see if this, you know, what I wanted to spend it on, and, you know, maybe if there's anything on sale. Well, they have that Pottery Barn outlet, and it's about an hour away. And I never get a chance to go over there because it's far, but you can get some really good deals. They have the Pottery Barn stuff from the store that I guess doesn't sell or maybe gets returned, and it's like 50% off. So we took a little trip down there, just the two of us, and my boys stayed here. You know, they don't need us. So we went down there and we looked and we looked and we looked, and we just weren't really seeing anything at first. And I think we kind of both were feeling like we needed to spend the gift card, and because you can use it there. And I thought, you know, we don't have to spend it if we're not seeing anything we want. So we were looking around, and we, you know, because it's spring and, you know, we're going to be using the pool more in the summer. My husband's like, I'd like to get an outdoor rug. And we really did need one. We've got a rug we had a rug out there that was really bad. It was all, you know, it was torn up around the sides, and it just, you know, been loved on a lot and been walked on a lot, and dogs and everything else. So we got a new outdoor rug, and we got to use that gift card. So it was so nice. We actually got, you know, something new to put outside. And then, so now I need to just get some flowers and, you know, kind of spruce up the yard a little bit. It's that time. Although I say that, and I know some of you are getting snow, which is crazy. And for Texas, we actually got a little cold snap here ourselves. So I'm actually glad I didn't get any flowers yet, because I saw a lot of my neighbors had, you know, sheets and blankets and cloths, you know, protecting their flowers, because last night it got down to 30 something. Yeah. And like today, the high's only going to be 66. And for Texas, that's, you know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cold, especially the nighttime lows. So we've got a little bit of a cold snap. I felt so bad. My oldest, Ryan, he's part of the high school baseball team. He's the manager on the team for the varsity team, the seniors. And they had a game last night. And, you know, it was at 7. And I told him, I'm like, because at that point it wasn't too cold yet. But of course it got cold 2.5 hours, you know, into it when it was, you know, 9:30. And he had shorts on and a t-shirt. And I'm like, be sure and grab a jacket. It's kind of chilly out. So good thing he did, but all he grabbed was a windbreaker. I picked that boy up at 9:30. He told me he was done, and so I went over to the other high school to pick him up because it was an away game. He was freezing. He was so cold. I felt so bad for him. I'm like, buddy, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you grabbed a jacket, but you probably should have grabbed some pants too. So it caught both of us off guard. So we weren't really prepared for, this cold weather here. We're not really built for cold weather. And when we had that snowmageddon, boy, Texas kind of crumbled. We didn't know what to do with ourselves. I just love the way this feels. This is really cool. I guess it's like the fence in the background, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Sometimes it's hard to see what things are up close, but y'all can probably see it better. Yeah, that's a fence. When I'm looking at it right up, right in front of me, it's hard to tell what it is. All right, so what else? I'm gonna peel off another section. I'm on a roll. I don't know how long I've been going for. Let me see. About 18 minutes. It hasn't been that long. I know combined. Come on. We want some color blocking. What are we gonna get this time? Let's take a look. Ooh, more fence. Awesome. Yeah, we got some more fencing. Oh, that's good. I really enjoyed doing this part. Yay. Okay, so now that I'm looking at it, I guess this is the bottom part of it. So a lot of these sections are probably gonna be some of the fence, if that's what it is, which I think it is. Oh, now that I went and visited my parents and was petting on the cat, I have cat hair on my sleeves, and I just noticed one on the painting, and I'm not used to cat hair. Wow, it's like fine little hairs. I'm used to just my dog, but my dogs don't shed really. So those of you that have cats, it's gotta be hard to keep your diamond painting from getting hairy. It's pretty crazy. All right, I think I wanna do some pink. No, I'm gonna start down here. There's a lot of greens, so sometimes I just want to do like a different color, like a yellow maybe. I'll do some of the yellow. All right, so what is going on? I haven't seen, I don't know if Diamond Art Club is posted. I haven't been on Instagram much the last day or two. It feels like, not really. And that's where I normally see my Diamond Art Club releases for the coming weekend, because I'm not on Facebook. So I don't know if, you know, I haven't seen anything. I don't know if y'all have seen anything. Did y'all buy anything last weekend? I just haven't seen anything lately that has really floated my boat, you know, that I've really wanted. I did just buy a, and it's a company I've never bought from before. I just bought a Dreamer Designs, so I hope I don't regret that. I think I've heard some stories, but I don't know. I can't keep up with it all. I try to, but sometimes I just want to get my own, you know, I just want to experience it myself. And, you know, I've never tried them, and I really have tried to, you know, try all the different companies I've used. You know, obviously different Amazon companies, Craftably, DIY Moonshop, Diamond Art Club. I've never done a TSA, so that's one I've never done still. And there's still a lot of companies I haven't used, but Dreamer Designs is one of those ones I was like, maybe at some point I will try them. So I will, it was a pre-order, so I don't know what that means because I've never ordered from them, so I don't know how long those take. Actually, I want more. But whenever I get that in, I will be sure and do an unboxing. So I only got one painting, and there was a 20% off coupon, so I used that. And my friend Randy on YouTube, it's You Can Call Me Butter, you know, my Texas BFF that lives here. She is the one that sent me a message saying they were having some pre-orders and she had a coupon. And I was like, ooh. So it was because of her. She enabled me to buy something. So I did. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see, you know, something different. Their toolkit, just all the things, you know, you've never seen before will be exciting. I've seen them unboxed on people's channels, but I've never experienced it myself. So I'm excited about that. And then I did order a DIY Moonshop a while back, and I know those take time. And I haven't seen my name on the roll call or on the, you know, the digest, any of their videos. I think I've got some time still. And it's a mermaid, of course. So those are two that I have. Oh, and I did order a couple of Craftablies. So I guess I've got some in the, you know, that are coming. So that'll be fun to do some unboxings. I feel like, you know, I really haven't done one because I've been working on this one, of course. And I wonder how long this one's going to take me. Y'all are probably going to get sick of seeing it and looking at it. But at the same time, you know, there's so many colors to it. And I know when I'm listening to WIP and chats, a lot of times I'm not even looking at what the person's working on. I'm just listening. So, you know, might not even care what I'm working on. You might not even get sick of it. So I guess that's a good thing if you're not watching. You're just listening. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So coming up, the kids don't have school on Friday, which, you know, Ryan, my oldest, having his, like I'd mentioned before, getting his first COVID vaccination on Friday. It worked out perfectly because there's no school. I mean, it couldn't have been timed any better. I thought he was going to be missing some school to go do this, but nope, there's no school Friday. It's so here in Texas, we have bad weather days. So in case there is any bad weather or any ice or anything and they have to close school, they've got those built into the calendar. Well, a lot of times when they don't use them, they, towards the end of the year, they let us just have those days off. So we've had a couple of those lately. And I'm really surprised that they didn't use those days whenever we had the snow. But I guess they didn't have to. I guess there was some relief, something that came out that just kind of gave us a pass. And we didn't have to use our makeup days. But I thought that's what they're for. They're called bad weather days. Weather makeup days. Who knows? I don't work for the school district, so I don't know. I just do what they say. Send my kids when they need to go. Keep them home. Tell you what, summer's coming. There's only like, I think 5 weeks of school left. 4 or 5 weeks. I mean, we're getting down to the wire here. So it's kind of twofold when it comes to summertime for me, you know, being a stay-at-home mom. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It can be challenging for sure because, you know, the kids are home, they get bored. they want you to take them somewhere all the time, and that gets expensive. And, you know, can't be doing that every day, going out to eat and, you know, going shopping and, you know, all the things. And of course, last summer with COVID, it was different. We couldn't really go do a lot, but this summer, since things are getting a little better, they may want to go out and do more. So we'll see. But the good thing about summer is, you know, we get to spend time together and I get to see them more and we get to do things. But at the same time, I don't have to get up early and I don't have to make lunches. And there's no homework to ask about, you know, all those things. So I kind of get a little break too from my job, you know, doing all the school stuff and the mom stuff for school. So that's always kind of nice just to get a break. So I always, you know, like I said, it's twofold. It's a double-edged sword when it comes to school in summertime. There's been a lot of summers where I'm like, oh my gosh, when are they going back to school? And I'll definitely get like that after about 2 weeks into summer. I'll be like, okay, is it time? Are they going back yet? Now with my boys, the problem is well, I don't know. We'll see how this summer goes. It might be different. My oldest is going to be driving soon, like, you know, right when the summer begins. So I might not ever see him. But with both of them in the past, it's been, I can't get them out of their rooms. You know, they both have a computer and they're both into gaming and talking to friends online. And, you know, that's their world. And it's hard to get them, you know, out of the house, get some sunshine, go do something else, you know, be productive. And then it's just the opposite with my 8-year-old, my daughter, Lauren. She is the Energizer Bunny and very social, and, you know, a lot of kids in the neighborhood and they all play. And so I'm sure that's going to be just, you know, it'll be a fun summer. And then she's really the only one that uses the pool, to be honest. My boys barely ever get in there. And of course we got it because we're like, oh, we have 3 kids. We'll get a pool. It lasted, you know, but then it wore off. The newness wore off after a while. And like I said, they got into friends, and I don't know about girls, but that's a whole nother topic. I don't think those are in the picture yet. I ask, and I kind of keep my ears to the ground trying to watch what's going on, but it doesn't seem like there's any, which I am totally fine with. All girls do is create drama. And the longer my boys wait for all that, the better. Because, you know, that can just mess you up. So we all know, we've all been there, you know, young love, or you think it's love, who knows, the crushes and, you know, going out, going steady, all that stuff. So it is just, I'm okay with them waiting. Yep, it is all good. Okay, look at that. I'm actually getting a little bit done. See, it's so nice when you're, you know, it is hard to talk sometimes and focus and pay attention to what I'm doing. Like sometimes I feel like when I'm multi-placing, I do a better job when I'm just like being quiet. So I'm trying to talk and walk at the same time almost. So, but yeah, I love this. This is turning out so good. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. I really, really, really do appreciate you more than you know. And, you know, I feel like I got to get all that out, you know, earlier, and I feel better. I guess it's just part of the process of dealing with something like that. And y'all are here for me, and I really do appreciate it. And it's what I needed. I just hope I didn't, you know, put too much on you. And the last thing I wanted to do is upset anyone else by me getting upset. So I hope that, you know, that didn't do that. And if I did, I'm really, really sorry. I did not mean to do that. It just kind of happened. All right. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. My daughter's going to be home soon, and, you know, I've got to deal with that conversation now. So I will update you guys in, you know, another video. I might even pop it here in the end, depending on how it goes, if y'all want to know. But, yep, I'll get ready for her to get home, and we'll have a conversation about what's going on. And we will, you know, deal with it and be okay. You know, she'll be fine. That's what I keep telling myself. It's just part of life, and it's what we have to go through. You know, grieving is part of life. So, yep, and loss, you know, it's what we have to do. Oh, I'm just making a mess. I pushed too many of those forward. All right. So y'all have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. If I don't talk to you again, I know I'll be in some lives, and I always look for everybody that subscribes, everybody that I recognize. I want to always say hi. And if I don't say hi, I do apologize. I always want to make sure I make everybody feel, you know, that I see you, because I do. It's just sometimes I'm driving or running kids here and there, and, you know, but I at least want to hop on lives when I can, and I listen, and I try definitely to engage. If y'all haven't subscribed and you're new here, please consider, you know, hitting that subscribe button. And then next to the subscribe button, there is a little bell. And if you click on that, you'll be notified whenever I do post a video. And then please give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will talk to you guys next time. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye. Hey there. I'm back. It's about 5 o'clock. I just wanted to wrap up the video with one last little comment and just talk about how it went with my daughter. It went as expected. You know, she was very upset. And then she asked if she could go to her friend's house, you know, that she had found the bunny with. And I said, sure. Are you sure you're okay? And she just kept crying. And what do you think the first thing that kids do when you tell them that you've, you know, gotten rid of something that they kind of saw as a pet? Could we get a pet? So that's the first thing she asked for, is if we could get, you know, an actual pet, like a rabbit or a bunny or a hamster, gerbil, you know, anything like that. A turtle that was brought up. So I said, I don't know. Dad and I will have to talk about it. So then she asked if she could go to her friend's house, and she goes over there, and I'm like, oh boy, I hope they're not too upset together, you know, because they're the ones that both were involved in it. And next thing you know, they show up at my house, and I'm talking to my oldest, Ryan. I'm in his room with the door closed because we were trying to work on some driving school stuff, and I'm hearing crying coming out of my daughter's room. I'm like, what is going on? So I knocked on the door and I stepped in, and it's the two of them, and my daughter's in her bed crying, and her friend's on the floor crying, and they're just like feeding off of each other, just sitting there crying. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I walk in there and I start talking to them, and next thing you know, my husband walks up because he was, you know, we're trying to do conference calls from his office, and he's like, what's going on? I said, oh, we're just, you know, everybody's dealing with it, and we're just trying to talk it out. And so he comes in and he's talking to the girls, trying to make him feel better, and he did. He said some really good stuff. And then he goes, hey, I know. He goes, why don't you take them to go get a treat? You know, help get their mind off things. And they were all like, yeah. So I said, okay, well, y'all decide what you want, and then I'll take you guys. So I said, I'll give you a few minutes. So I came downstairs, and they come down. And what makes every kid feel better? Give y'all a second. I should have known, because they were like, okay, now we can get them, you know, we can get what we want because they're feeling bad for us. McDonald's. Of course, McDonald's makes everything better. Kids love McDonald's. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they put something in the food, but it just makes everybody happier. So we went to McDonald's, and they both got a little Happy Meal with a vanilla milkshake, and now they are fine. So, you know, that's kind of how it went. I know it's not over, but boy, what a day. So I'm glad that we, you know, dealt with it and are dealing with it, I should say, and that they're both feeling better for now. And I'm feeling better too. It's been an emotional day though, so I think that's it. I hope you guys are doing good. And I know I already said goodbye in the last clip, but I'll say goodbye one more time. I'll see you guys, and you know, if there's any lives or if you want to leave any comments, I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts about all this stuff, and I'll just look forward to hearing from you. Okay? All right, I'm going to diamond paint for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to start making dinner, I guess, for the other ones. I don't think she's going to be hungry after eating McDonald's at, you know, 4:15 in the afternoon. So, all right, you guys, I will talk to you later. All right, thanks again for coming. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.